Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, welcome. To my old subscribers, thank you so much. And to those that requested for this video, I'm here to do it with the help of God and with the permission from God Almighty. Please, this video, follow the due step and listen to me. Don't do this without instruction from this video. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how you can fight your enemies. But before I proceed, I want to advise you in this video, please don't mention anybody's name in particular because you don't know the names of your enemies. You might be suspecting some people, but maybe they are not your real enemies. I hope you're seeing. So I take this out of my altar because this is a ritual to fight against enemies. So right now I'm on the candle just to make the environment peaceful. This is just a simple ritual with faith. So I'm going to put the candle here. I put this candle here just to make everything calm. And then you have to pray in your mind, or you can pray it out and say whatever you want to say to God Almighty, and tell God to fight for you. As you're doing this practical ritual, it's going to start as a point of contact to help you fight your enemies. So what we need right now is hot pepper. Yoruba call it atarodo. And then we get black thread. You can also use tape. I just want to put this tape, let it be black. And then we have a pen. And I also have a little paper. And then you can also use aboliki rub if you want to make it more ash. And you can also add bitter leaf. But right now I don't have bitter leaf. If you want it to be so ash. But please, if you know your hands are not clean and you are the enemies of yourself, don't do this ritual. Because when you do it, it will come back to you. Never you write any names of particular person, because when you do that, it will come back to you, because you don't really know your enemies. Believe me, you don't know. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to write something. And what are we doing right now? We are fighting God. We are using this as a point of contact for God to fight our enemies for us. So we are going to write enemies. Fight enemies, yeah? Then you draw the arrow that faces the enemies in 4 places: the left, right, center. As you can see, fight enemies with the arrow pointed to the enemies. Then you drop it down, and I think we are going to be using black rope. Like I said before, if your hands are not clean and you know that you are the enemy of yourself, don't do this ritual. It will come back to you. So this is the thread. Let it be black thread. And this is the atarodo. But before we go to the atarodo, that's the fresh pepper. Very hot chili. You can use any kind of chili. You can also use dry pepper. So we are going to rub this aboliki rub on our enemies. You see the way I rub it? Rub is very hot. Your enemies will never be comfortable after this. If you want them to confess, you can also pray for them to confess. But sometimes, I really don't pray for my enemies to confess. I just pray for them to take what they sow back, and to take what they wish for back to sender. So this little ritual to fight against your enemy is back to sender ritual. So right now I put the rub, and then I put the atarodo. That's the fresh pepper, yeah. And this is the rope, and then I'm going to be tying it. As you're tying, you will be praying. As you're tying, you'll be praying. You can take more rope. You can also take sellotape. They must not escape. Noted, if you are not clean, please don't do this ritual. If you are the enemy to yourself, don't do this ritual. It's very, very active and strong. Every evil arrow will go back to the sender, and anything that does not glorify God in your life will be uprooted by fire. As we are tying it, you have to continue to tie this, so your enemy will be hot, and whatever they plan will go back to sender. You continue to tie it. I prefer the sellotape anyway, but I like to use the black thread first. So you continue to tie it. You can also use dry pepper. After putting it in that paper, you can use dry pepper. So this is it. It has been tied. It has been tied. So after you tie all your enemies, and you tell God Eledumare to fight your battle for you, to help you fight every spiritual, physical battle that you are facing. After you have tied everything, the bad luck, the setback, disappointment, joblessness, lack of finance, childless, all those things are enemies. Bad luck, infertility, all those things are enemies. Say everything, backwardness, everything that is enemies to you, name them here. Name them. That is why I generalize it, enemies, you know. That's why. So after you do this, after you have tied this, you have tied it, you just keep it down. And then this is the candle. So imagine this. There's pepper, there's rub, and then you start to burn. Be careful, guys. Don't just burn it out. So you start to burn. And you start to pray. Seriously. You start to pray. Don't let the fire out. The heat alone is okay. For all those bad lucks, all those enemies, all those childlessness, infertility, disappointment, failure, bad luck, setback, all those cries, sorrow, sickness, diseases, affliction, they will continue to burn out of your life, out of your environment, out of your family. Whatever that is making you to cry, you just say it here, that you have tied them together with this atarodo, this hot pepper, and this aboliki rub. They will continue to burn out. You will pray so hard, and after you've heat it up, I will continue to eat this outside the camera. I will continue to heat it. I will put it in a separate place and on fire or it outside my balcony. So you don't do it inside your house because it's very dangerous. You can do it outside your house later at night or at the balcony. You know, the balcony is good. You burn it finish, like burn it finish, yeah? Don't burn it and leave it half. You burn it. And then you take the ash. When you take the ash, gather the ash and you take it out of your house. You take it out of your house, go and throw it outside the dustbin in your house, the general public dustbin. And then you come back and you wash your hands. And then you come back and you wash your hands. You can also flush this in your toilet to make it faster. You can flush it in your toilet if you don't have time to burn it. You can put it inside your toilet and flush it, and whatever that is bothering you, your pain, will flush away. Hope you understand this. I wish you all the best of luck, and God Almighty will hear your prayer.